On today's show, I'm bringing back a returning guest. He was on my show back in November of this year. We're talking about no other than American Cannabis Company, Inc. You can find them on the OTCQB under the ticker symbol AMMJ. And with us today is the CEO and director of the company, going to bring us up to speed, Mr. Terry Buffalo. Terry, welcome back to the show.
Everett, thanks so much for having me today.
You know, back in November when you were on the show, we spoke about your company receiving suitability for the MED, allowing a public company to actually own a plant-touching business. And now that I see on, I believe, December the 17th, you guys executed a non-binding LOI with Natural Leaf. Tell me what the deal and why them.
Well, Everett, as you know, we've been looking for the last year plus to make an acquisition here in Colorado. We've had some problems just because of the financial hygiene of a lot of these operators. Luckily, we came across Natural Leaf down in Colorado Springs, and a couple of things that drew us to this. It would immediately give ACC a foothold and presence in the Colorado market as a vertical integrated operator. With this acquisition, we'll have 3 retail locations, 1 MIPS, and a grow facility in Colorado Springs. And one of the things that really attracts us to the Colorado Springs market is that the El Paso County is the second highest grossing county in the state of Colorado behind the Denver County. That is a great opportunity, and especially at some point we feel that there will be adult use allowed in that market, which will, give us tremendous growth opportunity. Some of the reasons we really focus on this, though, Everett, when you look at this company, Mr. Scott Saunders and his wife, Lois, they've owned this thing for 11 years. So basically the 2 owners,
right?
They're no violation. They're very compliant. Their financials are in order. And their team, I can't say enough about their team, Everett. When I started talking to some of their key employees, Scott and Lois have had people there for 8 years, 6 years, 5 years, which is unheard of in the space. So I knew that they were doing something right. What's their secret sauce? So that really was one of the other things that attracted us. And they definitely have their finances in order. We've actually already started doing the due diligence. The audit process is under work, and we hope to have this thing closed the first part of 2021. And the last comment I would say that was very enticing about this opportunity is it's actually a profitable organization. It's unheard of.
Well, let me ask you this. I've kind of looked at your revenues, and I believe in 2019 you guys had a run rate of over $2 million. Will this kind of almost double your business? Where are we at of an impact if this goes through?
We believe it definitely will more than double our gross revenue from the previous year.
Wow, that's incredible. Let me ask you this while I got you on the line here. Acquisitions on the horizon. I know that 2020 was a little bit of a setback for not only your company, but in general, your industry because of COVID and other things going on. But looking forward, there seems to be a lot of companies out there that are in the transitional period of maybe wanting to team up with a publicly traded company. Do you have anything in the horizon?
Yes, we do. You're absolutely correct. You got a lot of people after this past year, they're pretty well throwing their hands up. So it's creating opportunities for us. We are continuing looking in the Colorado market. We do have a couple of deals that we're still negotiating on, and hopefully we'll get something executed in the near future. And we're also still looking at the other markets, but our primary focus right now is in the Colorado market because we do see opportunities here.
Retail. I want to just get back to where we were at. Did you say you're going to have 1 or 3 retail stores here in the near future?
No, with this acquisition of Natural Leaf, it comes with 3 standalone retail. And that was the other thing that was very important to us because if that market or when that market goes adult use, we already have the infrastructure in place to be able to support that additional business. And
new services going forward in 2021, where are we at in that process?
Everett, on the last, when I was here back in November, we were talking about our cultivation management services, our accounting services. As we've been dribbling those out, we've been getting great feedback. But one of the things we're real proud about is the new design of a cultivation cube. We've launched that. And one additional thing we've been able to do is be able to offer financing to qualified investors. And that's not through American Cannabis Company, but as a third party that we are able to provide some financing on cultivation cubes. And so it just keeps going. That's all I can say. It just keeps growing, no pun intended.
Well, I think you're doing a great job over there. I think you've really turned the corner. I think you're going to do some great things in 2021. That being said, as we're wrapping up the year here, what is it that you want my listeners and your stockholders to take away what you feel like you really accomplished in 2020 and what the things you're looking forward to in 2021?
I'm greatly appreciative for our shareholders being patient with us. We wasn't some of the other competitors going out immediately just trying to make acquisitions. As I always said before, we're going very slow and methodical in our approach. We're looking for opportunities going to create value to our shareholders. With this acquisition that we are working on right now, being able to give us that vertical integration immediately in that market is going to be a plus. And we're just not a big fan of overpaying, for assets because as Warren Buffett always said, price is what you pay, value is what you get. So we're definitely looking for opportunities to bring to the company that will increase our shareholder value and provide us with positive cash flow. But that's, at the end of the day, Everett, that's what it's all about.
Well, Terry, I want to thank you for coming on the show. Hopefully you'll come back on in 30 to 50 days in the new year, and you'll have an update. Maybe you'll have a letter signed, and you can tell us all about it.
It'd be great, Everett, so much. And thank you again today for having me on the show, and I do look forward to getting back on.
Thanks, Terry.
This program is entirely sponsored and produced by La Jolla Media LLC, which is responsible for the content. The opinions and information provided on this program are for educational and research purposes. Stock Day encourages all listeners of this program to do their due diligence and research when determining investment strategies that will work for them, or to seek the assistance of an investment professional.